Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to purchase Bitcoin using the Uphold Wallet. So let's get started. So Uphold is a wallet, and it's a financial services company, and they've been around for a few years now. They basically started as kind of a currency exchange service with low fees, and they've added cryptocurrencies, and so it has become a very good way to buy Bitcoin or other altcoins. It has several altcoins available, and sell these altcoins back and forth. And it's also a really good way to sort of transfer between them with very low fees. So it's close to a trading platform, but it's more of an exchange platform. But it's very easy to use and very convenient. So I'm going to show you how to get started. And hopefully you can buy some Bitcoin by the time you're done. So here we go. Okay, so there's a desktop version and there's an app version, but I myself find it easier to do the initial account setup using the desktop version. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, and here it is. This is the way to get started. The ad says, it's very easy to use and it's trusted. It's been around for a long time. It's a great way for a beginner to buy a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. If you're interested in cryptocurrency and you want to get started, this is a really easy, quick way to do it. So we're going to sign up for an account. All right, and you just need to put in your email address. Let's talk about the cards themselves. All right, so the cards themselves here, these are our favorites. Let's look at all of the cards. Right now, we've got 4 cards. We've got the Bitcoin, the Euro, and the US dollar card. Now, let's say we want to add more. Let's add a card here and select currency. And you'll notice that there's all different types of currencies available, but let's go to Ether, right? And then let's give it a name. I will call this Ethereum, right? And we'll hit create. And now we've got an Ethereum card in there. And if we go back to the dashboard, you can see that it's been added as a favorite. Right? Now you can unfavorite these too. Let's say we don't want to see this Australian card. We can hit the star and just let that card go away. It's still there. See, notice we've got the view all cards now. So we could see all the cards that we have set up here now, this way. Now let's say we want to add Litecoin. So let's check over there and see if they have Litecoin. And there it is. And we'll just call this one Litecoin. You can be creative if you want. You don't have to name them the exact cryptocurrencies that they are. You can call them My Litecoin card or whatever you want to call it. Let's go back to the dashboard and you can see there I've got a Bitcoin. And I don't really use the Euro card either, so I'm going to unfavorite that. And there you go. So now I've got the 4 cards that I will be using the most. The Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Litecoin, and the US dollar card. Just for giggles, let's add one more. And I kind of like this one. I'm going to call this one Basic Attention Token. All right. And we can go down here to BAT. And lo and behold, they have the basic attention token there, create. And there we go. Let's go back to the dashboard. And of course, when you first create it, it asks you if you want to add some funds to the card. All right. And check it out. So we've got, and this is cool because the basic attention token is an ERC20 token. But this wallet kind of just treats it as its own separate cryptocurrency, and you can send funds into it and out of it. You can also redesign the cards. Over here, this little pull-down menu is the design choices. So this is what they call the vintage look. You can change it over to the artwork look, which is kind of cool. And you can go digital, which I kind of like. That's the one I'm using. And we can go to minimalistic if you just like a clean interface. And then you've got the realistic one. where it's kind of pictures and whatnot. So that's how you set up and manage the card. So let's go through the simple setup of the debit card. I'm going to go to the US dollar card, and I'm going to choose Add Funds, and I'm going to set up my debit card. All right, so I'll just put in the debit card number. All right, so we put in all the information on our debit card. We click Create, and boom, there I've got a debit card added to the account. Now it wants to know how much I want to send. We'll call that first. And I'm going to accept the terms. You'll notice here I'm getting a card fee that's 3.99%. Now this basically is the biggest hit that you're going to take. So let's do a confirm. It's going to go from my bank to the card, and we'll see how long it takes. All right, they just want me to confirm that. It may take up to 24 hours to process. All right, and so then they explain to you exactly what you're doing here. We're depositing value to this Uphold card via a credit/debit card. What's up? What's that? Daddy's almost finished, okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to waive the right to dispute this. So I'm going to click confirm here. All right, so I just got a message saying that they were unable to do it. Okay, so I have discovered now through much poking around that my card will not work with the Uphold website because Uphold only supports cards that support 3D Secure. So the 3D Secure protocol would mean that if it's a Visa, it's going to be verified by Visa. It has to be in that program. And if it's a MasterCard, it has to be in the MasterCard Secure Code. And so if mine happens to be a Visa, so if I go over here to the Visa web page, verified by Visa program, if you go to Get Card and you choose a debit card, you can get a prepaid card if you want to. I don't know if I want to go through all those hoops. But only certain banks offer this program. Apparently, Chase does not, according to a forum that I stumbled upon. So you would have to have a Bank of America account, BB&T, Citizens Personal, Navy Federal, PNC Standard Checking, Regions Life Green, TD Premier, U.S. Bank, Easy Checking, or Wells Fargo Checking. So I'm out of luck because I have a Chase card. So, but just so you guys will know, if you want to add funds from your bank account, you will need to link your bank account to Uphold. So you'll start there, and you're going to enter your routing number and your account number. You can usually find this in your banking app if you have a banking app on your phone. You can get these numbers off of your personal checks if you need them. And you're going to put the name and the address and click Create. And that's going to add a bank account to Uphold. And that will link your bank account not only for purchases but also withdrawals. So that's going to make Uphold a really convenient way to buy cryptocurrency and to cash out of any cryptocurrency holdings that you may have. So that's a good thing. Yeah, see, I already have the bank account connected. I could send funds to the card from my bank account to the US dollar card. It would just take longer than the 24 hours. So I'll show you that. And we talked about that a little bit. Let's do the 50. We'll hit confirm there. And it looks like they're not going to charge me a fee, which is kind of nice. It's going directly from the bank to the Uphold wallet, but it will take 5 to 7 business days, so it might take a week. Okay, so when you've successfully funded your US dollar card, either from your bank account or from your debit card, if you're lucky enough to have one of the compatible debit cards, now we're ready to buy some Bitcoin. So all we got to do is click this card here, and we want to transfer between cards. They make this pretty simple. So we're going to transfer it over to the Bitcoin card. And I'm going to go ahead and use all of the available funds in the card right now. I've got a little bit more than $50. So I'm going to transfer the entire balance in US dollars over to the Bitcoin. And you can put a little message here. All right. And as you can see, it's going to debit the card, $50, and I'm going to be credited in Bitcoin over to the BTC card or the Bitcoin card. And there's going to be a small exchange fee of 1%, which is not bad. So we got about a 2% when we bought, when we transferred the money in. If we use the debit card, I think there was a 2% charge. If we transferred from the bank account, it didn't appear to be any charge at all by transferring it from the bank into Uphold. So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm here. And then we get a confirmation window. We're going to debit the money from the US dollar card, transfer it to the Bitcoin card. We basically used our US dollars to purchase Bitcoin. So I'm going to click confirm. And you see that it happens just immediately. The US dollar card is now empty. And if we go back here, you can see that I've added value to my Bitcoin holdings in the form of this BTC card. And we can check the card and go over here to activity. And you can see that we transferred a $50 from the US dollar card over to the BTC card, or the Bitcoin card. And now we have more Bitcoin. So that's it. That's all you need to do to buy some Bitcoin using Uphold. After you got everything set up, transfer some money to your US dollar card, either by debit card or bank account transfer, and then simply transfer the balance between the cash card to the Bitcoin card, and you've successfully purchased some Bitcoin. So I hope this was helpful. Congratulations, you've just bought yourself some Bitcoin. I'd like to remind everybody that I have a live stream every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We call it the live Q&A from LA. So I invite you to join and throw out any questions that you may have. I hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.